Do you want to take payouts and make money in 2025? I'm going to give you my exact blueprint on what you need to do to find success trading in this new year, everything that you need to do on the back end, everything you need to do on the charts, as well as the reflection you need to do off the charts. A through Z, let's get into it. My top 5 or so tips that you need to do to build your own blueprint. Now, it's going to be biased towards me, but that's just how it's going to be. I'm going to give you my exact blueprint. You could take some of it as you want. You don't have to apply it all to yours. Take what you want, all right? So in this video, the first thing is going to be less trades, right? I will stand by it until I'm blue in the face that less trades is going to make you more money. And until someone really proves me wrong with that, I'm going to keep saying it. Because you can be taking multiple accounts. That's how you're going to get more trades. But physically on the day, I'm looking for 1 to 2 setups, snag and bag. Now, the way to make more money that way is to have it copied to more accounts. But maybe you're not comfortable doing that yet. You don't want to have to invest into multiple accounts. That's fine. If you're still trying to build success, rather than trying to take these big swings on each account and getting blown out, getting emotional by seeing the bigger numbers, sacrifice for a month of making less money, size down, pick your spots more precisely, 1 to 2 trades per day, come back to me after the end of the month and tell me that your P&L was not better than the month prior. Because if I'd rather have small 1 to 2 trades a day of winning than having multiple trades every day, 10 winning days, 11 losing days. What math is that? I'd rather win more consistently on simple trades, consistent setups, and the compound gains are just going to roll over month. So that's number 1. Number 2 is going to say, if you want to copy these accounts like I'm suggesting, I'm going to suggest Tradeify. They have the straight to sim funded accounts where you can get right into the payout stage. So you don't have to go through the challenge and maybe waste your time trying to pass a challenge, right? Right into the account stage where you can start building your buffer to take your payout in this straight to sim funded. If you use code Dyer, you actually get 30% off all of these accounts. So I'll save you over $200 on all of these accounts. So it becomes even cheaper to then buy multiple and copy trade them that way. So you can still make more money by just trading 1 to 2 setups, but to multiple accounts now. So make sure you don't buy them at full price. Now, the third thing is going to be you need to have, part of the blueprint is going to be you're going to need to have a trading plan. Again, I'm going to say it should be mine because if you're watching this video, maybe you already know somewhat of my plan is. But I'm going to stand by mine because I built this course here, Futures 2.0 on ASFX TV, where if you're not a member to it, if you use code Evan, I'll actually give you 50% off your first month. You're welcome. I appreciate you for tuning into all these videos. It's the least I can do. But you get access to the course, the free Futures 101 course, as well as all the daily live streams where I literally hold your hand taking this course, as well as you could take the trades with me live on stream. Let's go to the course real quick here, Futures 2.0, as I give you my exact strategy, because if you don't have a strategy, it's going to be very hard to take 1 to 2 setups because what are you waiting for, right? To have patience and have discipline to wait for a specific setup, it's not going to work if we don't know what we're waiting for or what we're waiting to present. I'll give you in this course what you should be waiting for, what it needs to look like, how you need to execute it, where your stop loss should go. I feel like, honestly, it's pretty hard to mess up and not understand. I lay it out pretty concisely and pretty simply because it's not complicated. It may not be easy. It's definitely simple and consistent. And people are loving it. You can look up the Trustpilot reviews. I definitely stand by this as that should be part of your blueprint, especially if you're struggling recently. I can give you a little insight to it on the strategy here. This is my most recent trade of the clean lower highs. Don't be fighting the New York VWAP. No matter what the plan is, whether it's my Futures 2.0, to have a good blueprint to find success this year, you're going to have better odds as long as you're not fighting this black New York VWAP here in the middle. If you're underneath it, look for shorts. If you're above it, look for longs. Now, not immediately. That's not the only entry criteria, but if you're already just waiting for the specific side to be on, you're going to give yourself already a slight edge. So you can see the second component is a break of lower day view up here in purple. Sellers are back in control. Let's go continue this lower high, lower low trend. Pretty simple, right? I'm waiting for the break of a lower day, trading with trending structure, trading on the right side of VWAP. Let's do it again on this day to the upside. New high day made, pulls back to New York view up here in black. I want to be looking for longs because we're above it. We break the high day and we go continue trend. You can see I get out here on the break back outside. Let's take another look at a long later on. You could have maybe longed it somewhere up in here, but here's the healthy pullback to New York VWAP. Break of high day VWAP. Go continue trend. All right, I think I'm starting to pick up on it. Let's do a short here. Oh my God, he took a loser. I didn't think those happened. You're going to find losing setups, but if my job is to just make money, take the consistent setups that I know work for me over the long term, led to multiple payouts and 27-day win streak. I'm not going to throw the strategy out the window, taking a healthy one loss. Obviously, multiple losses. But as long as I take this trade, I did my job today. I managed risk. I gave it a proper stop loss. I followed the trend. I traded on the right side of VWAP, right? If I'm underneath it, I should be looking for shorts. So I followed all my rules. That's all I can control. I can't predict that this is going to make a new low a day. Probabilities say it's probably going to. It did not. All right, I'll swing again later on, or I'll swing again later on tomorrow, and I'll probably find this trade and make it back plus some. I have confidence that by the end of the month, because I'm playing the long game, as should you be, play the long-term approach, that on this day, oh my God, I lost $400. Show up again tomorrow, you make some of it back at $340. I lost another $170. $500, $600, $500, $200. You just keep showing up day by day, 1 to 2 trades per day, not blowing yourself out on the red days, and not getting money greediness on the green days, being content with the gains, stacking the wins, and they're all just looking for this specific setup, whether long or short. You could play the bounce play, because this is just a bounce off New York VWAP. Could I have waited for the low a day VWAP break of that purple one here, like we did on these trades? Probably, yeah, but it also is still part of my plan, because you can see in the Futures 2.0 course, the bounce is a strategy, as well as the break. So I didn't break my rules, but your blueprint's going to be, you need a plan. What is your plan? Do you even know what VWAPs you're trading off of? Which ones carry the most weight? Which ones do you not necessarily trade every day? What are your key levels? Do you read the 15-minute? Do you look at the Mag 7? Do you care about the VIX at all? Do you read the book map? What is your plan? You don't have to incorporate all of those by any means, but what is it? Do you have an answer to those questions I just laid out? They could be yes and no to each individual one, but if you're like, I don't know, sometimes I read it, or sometimes I'll put that VWAP on. Well, no, not sometimes. Sometimes does not sound like consistently. What are we doing each day to give ourselves better shot down the road to be compounding these gains consistently? If we're not doing something repeatedly, for better or for worse, the stats aren't going to be very trackable, and the growth isn't going to be trackable either. If he took a trade today and it won, but can he do it again tomorrow? Or is he going to take a long here tomorrow just because he's feeling it? Well, then we're not going to probably be consistent by the end of the month. But if I could just keep my head down, be patient, not be greedy, and also you need to have full confidence in this plan that you're building, right? So that's another part of all of it. If you study the course and you watch the streams, I think it's pretty easy to build confidence in it, because you're seeing other people trade it with you, and they're not freaking out when it goes into drawdown. Everyone's kind of taking the trades together, so that we're either all going down with the ship or all going to make money. So there's a comfort level, as well as knowing, well, they're in it, so I'm not stupid, I guess, for being in it, right? It doesn't mean it's going to win if I'm in the trade on stream, but maybe you're not questioning yourself as, is this a good setup? I don't know. I haven't studied it too much. Well, you could ask questions on the stream, and you could find out that plenty of other people are seeing the exact same shorts you are. That could be a great confidence boost to then go execute it on your own once stream is over, right? So you definitely need to go check that out. And then when you go in the 15-minute here, let's just go to the trading view real quick here. As I was mentioning, what VWAPs do you trade? Same thing like I said on New York VWAP. Another part of your blueprint is, obviously we need the trading plan, less trades, a couple more accounts so we can spread the risk down, but to more accounts. And that's also going to help you be less greedy, because you could shoot for $300, $400 a day. Doesn't look like a lot, but if you copy it times 4 accounts, you can make $1,200, $1,600 a day. And I don't know who's watching this, but most people are not making that every day. So I think you should be pretty content with making that. I think that'd be a great improvement if you're in your trading, if you could be constantly pulling up $1,200 a day. But regardless, as I was saying here on the 15-minute, part of my plan is not just those lower highs, lower lows, higher highs, higher lows on the 1 minute on the right side of the New York VWAP. I personally, in my plan, also account for the 15-minute price action. Too many times I'd be sucked into a direction on the 1 minute of how we come in on the open, but the 15-minute did not line up with it on that day. So I found a lot more peace of mind, a lot more patience of, well, normally I probably would have taken that on the 1 minute, but knowing where I am on the 15-minute now, we're right into these key VWAPs. I don't want to buy that. Never mind. Where on the 1 minute, it could be easy to track and follow maybe these 2 bullish bars up on the 1 minute. But if you're not aware that these 2 VWAPs are in your way, you're probably going to long it. Instead, you should be looking for shorts back down, because that's what the overall trend has been. Lower highs, lower lows, and took out underneath these two key VWAPs. So it keeps you one-sided, and you could hopefully capitalize on this big drop down. Same thing with any of the days. Or you come back into today. We'll take a look at today's chart on the 2-minute. Same idea. We're trading on the right side of VWAP. We have lower highs, lower lows. All right. We get back to New York VWAP. You could play the bounce. Clearly, it doesn't bounce. And if there was a lower day VWAP on, it would not have broken. So you technically shouldn't be in it if you were playing the break, right? But okay, we don't need to do anything right now. We don't need to figure out how to make money in this move. You could try to, and you definitely could, but you don't need to be chasing price super high. That's a mistake I did last week, just chasing price way too high. But regardless, let it make the new high, anchor the new high day, because we finally got a new high day saying buyers are in, right? New high day from back here. So once we get that new high day, you just wait for buyers to step back in. You take a long with stop loss at this clear structure. You have 1 pin, 2 pin, 3 pin, 4 pin. All right, a level is now identified. Trend is kind of now in my favor to the upside. We're back above the daily VWAP. All right, let's follow the trend back higher. Easy money to the upside. You don't need to catch it at the very lowest price. You'd only feel inclined to maybe long it here if you felt this is the last opportunity it's going to give today. This is just going to rip to the moon in a straight line. I'm never going to be able to make money long on it today. Patience and an abundance mindset that it can give a pullback to my key level. I can find a better entry and a better entry with a better stop loss, right? Let's imagine you did long it here. What do you want your stop to be? 34 points? Or would you want it to be 20 and catch instant profit later on, just as less stressful? So it really comes down to, are you chasing price because you don't really have confidence that it can give you a way in later? This is the last trade of the day? I don't think so. There's always a lot of opportunities to come around the corner if you could just survive. I mean, we watched this on AceFX TV, just a chop fest. I sat on my hands doing nothing because this is not trending. There's no conviction in the trend or direction. I don't perform best on those days. So having the peace of mind and also the self-awareness to know I don't do well in this. I'll admit I'm not a perfect trader. I don't trade this well. I'll be very easily induced into that long and then want to chase it back down. And I can very quickly get trapped and rangy and oh my God, I'm tilting. What's happening? Because I'm forcing a move that's not really ready to pop yet. So you let it pop and you can just read and react because I found this long later on at 2 o'clock. But the trend is now in. The market doesn't move on my time. So hope you guys found value in it. Hope you guys can start building your blueprint. Always feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or feedback on what I do, or if you want to know a little bit more about my trading plan, my trading strategy, my thoughts on how to approach this account, that account, how do I like the Tradeify accounts, how do I approach the risk, the scaling, all these different things. And reminder one more time, definitely don't buy them at full price. Use code Dyer, save you 30% off all of these accounts for all your Tradeify accounts, all right? So I appreciate you guys. I hope I see you guys on stream so you could trade with me, with my strategy. We'll take payouts together. But I appreciate you as always. Trade safe. I'll see you on the charts tomorrow morning.